There are two types of karmas or activities as described in Hindu scriptures. They are Nitya karma and Kamya karma. Nitya karmas are those activities we do on daily basis or at least on regular basis. For example, our daily puja or those regular tests during an academic year. Kamya karmas are those rituals or activities which are performed with a specific objective or to achieve an intended result, like, for example, year end exams or entrance tests, or the Putrakameshti Yajna recommended to Dashratha by Rishyasringa. Putrakameshti is a special yajna performed for the sake of having a male child. I know, right? Of course, it is discrimination. But still, family name and being heir to thrones are only for male children. So, male child was an obvious choice for many kings across the globe. The procedures and guidelines of conducting Putrakameshti are given in Ajurveda. Upon the recommendation of sage Rishyasringa and sage Vasishta, King Dashratha started the Putrakameshti Yajna under the supervision of Rishyasringa, who was an expert in Ajurveda. While these yajnas were happening in Ayodhya, a bigger drama was unfolding in the Devaloka, the abode of all gods. Indra got defeated by the demon king Ravana and lost many of his followers. Feeling very dissatisfied and angry, Indra, along with all the gods, went to Lord Brahma, who was supposed to be the eldest of all gods, and requested him thus: O great one, with the boons you have showered on Ravana, he became very powerful and unstoppable. He is tormenting all the living things in the world, and we are not able to stop him. Please give your valuable advice as to how he can be stopped and save the world from his torture. Brahma then replied to them that Ravana, when asking the boon of not getting killed by any life form, did not include human beings and animals in the list, as he felt that they are too weak to be able to kill him. So he can be killed by a human being who is powerful enough. As these discussions were happening, suddenly Lord Vishnu appeared before them in all his splendor. All the devatas were both surprised and delighted by his appearance. After paying him their respects, they told him about the problem of Ravana and Brahmadeva's solution and asked for his help. Lord Vishnu smiled and said, O devatas, do not worry. I'll shortly take the form of a human being, kill Ravana, who is the enemy of all living things, and also rule the kingdom for 11,000 years in an exemplary way, showcasing the best way a king should rule. After giving them his word, he left them with hope and happiness and disappeared from there. Meanwhile, King Dashratha was almost finishing his Putrakameshti Yajna when a divine person with great features and dark skin tone appeared from the flames. He looked very powerful and majestic with his beautiful clothes and jewelry. He was holding a golden bowl filled with payasam, a sweet made from rice, jaggery, and ghee. He introduced himself as a messenger from Lord Vishnu. Dashratha, with folded hands, inquired what service he can be of to the great messenger of Lord Vishnu. The messenger said, This bowl of sweet is the result of both of your yajnas. Distribute this payasam among your wives, and you will be blessed with 4 sons who can make your fame spread in the world across times. King Dashratha felt very happy. The messenger, after handing over the golden bowl filled with payasam to Dashratha and accepting his respects, disappeared from there. King Dasharatha, in his anxiety for sons, went immediately to his wives, Kausalya, Sumitra, and Kaikeyi, and distributed the payasam among them. He asked his chief queen Kausalya to take half of the payasam and gave a half of what remained to Sumitra. Half of what was then left was given to Kaikeyi, and what remained was again given to Sumitra. The queens consumed the payasam with devotion and confidence that they will be blessed with sons very soon. Lord Vishnu entered their wombs to be born after the full term as their much awaited sons. At the end of Putrakameshti, everyone left for their homes satisfied that the yajnas were successfully completed and their objective was met. When this happened, Lord Brahma assembled all gods and told them to be born on earth to help Lord Vishnu in his avatar. He said, Your progeny should be in the form of animals but should be very intelligent and efficient in using weapons. They should be able to adjust their forms as per the requirement and should be enlightened. They should be brave, powerful, and filled with valor. Their purpose will be to help Lord Vishnu in his birth as Rama in killing Ravana. As per Lord Brahma's advice, Vali by Indra, Sugriva from Sun God, Hanumanta by God of Wind, Tara by Brihaspati were born along with thousands of others to help Lord Vishnu on this earth. These took the form of monkeys and bears. They were very strong, powerful, and intelligent. As they were great in numbers, they occupied the forest and started living there, feeding on fruits and vegetables, waiting for Rama's call. After a full term of 12 months, Kausalya was blessed with a son on the Navami or the 9th day of the month of Chaitra during the Shukla Paksha or the waxing phase of the moon. He was born under the star Punarvasu and Rasi Midhuna, which is also called Gemini. The divine child looks so beautiful with red tinged lips and eyes, long limbs, and with wonderful features. He was the half portion of Lord Vishnu in human form. Shortly after, Kaikeyi was also blessed with a son. After 2 days, Sumitra gave birth to 2 twin boys. All the 4 babies looked similar with beautiful features and bright looks. There was happiness everywhere with the birth of these boys. God showered flowers. Gandharvas sang beautiful songs in their praise, and Apsaras danced to those songs. Ayodhya reverberated with festivities and celebrations of the citizens. After 13 days of their birth, sage Vasishta conducted the naming ceremony to the royal babies. Kausalya's son was named Rama, which means pleasing or beautiful in Sanskrit. Kaikeyi's son was named Bharata, which means to maintain. And Sumitra's twins were named Lakshmana, meaning one who is born with lucky marks, and Shatrughna, meaning victorious. Under the able guidance of Guru Vasishta and the love showered on them by the royal family and their subjects, the boys grew and got their education in all art forms, including warfare. Out of the 4 boys, Rama was so handsome, no one could take their eyes off him. He is also the best among the boys in terms of all the good characteristics and values. Ramayana story details the life story of these boys, who would be the future saviors of earth from the clutches of Ravana, the tormentor of all beings. In the next 2 episodes, we'll know more about who is Ravana and how he became so great that Lord Vishnu has to come down from heaven to get rid of him. We will discuss all the reasons why Lord Vishnu has to take up the task of eradicating Ravana and his evils. Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu.